Hi everyone, welcome to Soul Seekers Tarot and your reading. I'm Corey. In today's reading we will look at what important message can the tarot reveal to you right now about a blessing coming your way. And we're going to use this oracle deck to pick your three piles. And so let's begin, and please like and subscribe, especially if the readings you choose to watch resonate with you. I will begin by randomly pulling three cards from this deck for you to choose from, so please use your intuition to determine which of the three piles you're most drawn to. Though if you're feeling drawn to all three piles, please by all means then watch all three. No rules. Okay, pile number 1. Messages for a rabbit. Service to the animal world. Interesting. Service to the animal world. Number 15, that's about love and family, because it adds up to 6. Messages for a rabbit, service to the animal world. That's very interesting. So that's pile 1. Pile 2, all must have prizes. Card number 13, that adds to 4. That's a foundational, building foundational, structural type of safe and security number. Trying to please everyone. All must have prizes. Yeah, so trying to please everyone, which of course is a thankless effort in the end. Pile 3, find a lesson. 29 is the number, and that's 11, which will further break down too, but 29 is about mastering. Like 11 is the master number. It's about mastering something, usually because you're learning your lessons, you're mastering something. Discover the purpose in a situation. Trust that you are learning. Yeah. Okay, so 3 very distinct piles. Very interesting. So guys, if it's going to be difficult for you to use your intuition, as always, let's pick a number for you, a couple of them. You got 3 and 6 for pile 1. So maybe 36, maybe 63, maybe 3, 6, or yeah, 3 and 6 is 9. Okay. Pile 2, we have 1 and 2, so maybe 12, maybe 21, maybe 1, maybe 2, or maybe 3. And the last is 4 and 5. So we got 45 or 54, 4 or 5, and 9, because they add up to 9. Alright, and so if numbers is not your thing, maybe you want to go with your zodiac sign to choose your pile. So we got 4 there for pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Okay guys, so pile 1, we have, looks like Gemini and Cancer, Crab, yeah, Gemini and Cancer, Virgo and Libra. Okay, pile 2, we have Leo and Capricorn, Sagittarius and Scorpio. And last pile 3, we have, what is that one? That's Taurus and Aquarius. And we have Aries and Pisces. Okay, so those are the 3 piles we have for you for us to explore. What important message can the tarot reveal to you right now about a blessing coming your way? And take your time by all means, and I'll be back with you in a tick. Hi Pile 1, welcome to your reading. You've chosen card number 15, Messages for a Rabbit, which I'm going to read the thingamadoogie on it. Okay, service to the animal world. This is something about a special blessing, right? What important message can the tarot reveal to you right now about a blessing coming your way? Service to the animal world. Very interesting. I'm interested in finding out. So if you didn't pick it through intuition, this pile, you picked it with your number, and I already said the different variations. So we got 3 and 6. And then we have the zodiacs as Libra and Cancer. And we've got, what's that? Gemini and Virgo. Gemini and Virgo, yeah. Okay. All right, I want to read this here. Card number 15. From the Alice, the Wonderland Oracle. Okay, so how queer it seems, Alice said to herself, to be going messages for a rabbit. What's that mean? To be going messages for a rabbit? I suppose Nile be sending me on messages next. I don't understand that. Okay, within this card, Alice finds herself fetching gloves and a fan for the white rabbit. While she hurries to help the strange little creature, she begins to imagine her cat, Dinah, giving orders. Alice wonders what she might be commanded to do once she returns home. In Wonderland, the lines that divide humans and animals are very, very blurred. Okay, so she's doing tasks for her cat, Dinah. When this card comes to you, it suggests that you can also understand the needs of creatures, animals, and wild things by stilling the human world about you and turning it to the greater world, the energy that is all about us. You will know what is needed. This card also suggests time spent with creatures who are not human. You will become very close to a beloved animal, perhaps a pet, or an animal you take care of. You delight in their company, and in taking care of their needs, you will be fascinated with the way in which they communicate, and you will learn more about what they mean when they go about their usual habits. In short, you will become more attuned to the non-human world. The lines between animals and people are beginning to grow less and less visible, as it is in Wonderland. So, you will help animals. They will appreciate this, and you will be rewarded with a greater understanding, deeper connection, and many delightful moments as you come to know each other. When this card comes to visit, you will be gifted with affection, loyalty, and an expansion of your world. Stay aware of animal visitations, for wondrous spirit is speaking with you through their pure and wild presence. So it's not just through your day, your conscious day. It could be through your unconscious time spent in sleep during your dreams, right? But so if you see animals in your dreams, then pay attention, see if there's some kind of message in that for you. But I think pile number 1, we're talking about connecting with the animal spirit, obviously, but it's about being in tune with them, in tune with other things like spirit, being in tune with that of the non-human world, so that you know how it's communicating with you and what it's communicating with you. Let's keep going. So what important message can the tarot reveal to you right now about a blessing coming your way? And I just noticed the spider hanging from speaking about creatures. I noticed the spider hanging from its web from my tripod here, and it was the same spider that was on my shoulder, I think maybe last Sunday when I was doing readings. It was either Sunday or it was during the Monday readings, but it's here with me. And the fact that I'm noticing it now, I mean, it must have been there the whole week. I'm noticing it now, and we're doing this first reading here about creatures. Okay, that's very interesting, isn't it? This one's showing up. It's hanging in there. It's hanging out with me. So we got the star energy. Okay, wish fulfillment, wish being fulfilled, healing. Yeah, the stars are speaking to you with your ancestors. Okay, of course, angelic beings as well. Let's find some clarification. The Ten of Swords. Oh, okay. Ten of Swords. Let's come to an end. No more stabbing. No more betrayal. It's all coming to an end, but which means that there's a new beginning, and the new beginning would be this wish fulfilled. Okay, and I'm going to do the, I don't know what's called, the Archetypes Guidebook. It's not our guidebook, it's just the Wild Unknown Archetypes. So let's pick one of those. We have the Stone. Okay, well, I'll be reading that. 2. Then the Lenormand. Has to be in the Lenormand. Lenormand, what do we have? We have rats. Well, there you go. Rats. That is the cherry version of the rat, which is the darker version. I'll read that in a moment too. Okay. And then we have, what is it called here? It's called Alice, the Wonderland Oracle. Another one. Okay. But it's different than the first, than that one. And we have the tarot after that. Okay, let's just pull one. Painting the Roses Red. Painting the Roses Red to make the Queen of Hearts happier. Yeah, okay. Painting the Roses Red. Trying to cover up a mistake, right? Painting the Roses Red. Every single one of us on this planet has made a mistake, yet people often complain and want perfection. They threaten and punish. That's the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland. Despite this, do not try to cover up anything within yourself that you feel is not right for fear of being punished for not presenting or behaving to expectation. And the first thought that came to my mind that Archangel gave me was that you don't have to pretend to be something else or someone else for someone else when you are dealing with, nature, dealing with the animal creature world. They'll accept you as you are, definitely. Okay, bada bing. Let's find out what the Stone has to say. The Stone. How do we find? I've looked in this before, but it doesn't mean I remember. The Stone. Okay, it's going to tell me like this. Give me a moment, guys. The Stone. It's not necessarily in alphabetical order. It says 242. Keep going. 242. It's just little tiny writing. Okay. Just about there, guys. Here we are. Okay. It's steadfast, loyal, and committed, and present. Okay. Cat's playing in the background. As an archetypal object, the Stone holds psychic and literal weight. Its energy is one of the permanence, concreteness, and reliability. The Stone's ability to transform is nearly imperceptible to us, though it does, as it changes ever so slowly over countless human lifespans. A single stone may see thousands of generations come and go. Therefore, it contains an ancient and eternal presence. The Stone is best used to anchor our wild side. Oh, well. And we're trying to communicate with our wild creatures, right? Or our domestic ones. Yeah. Yep, that's what Fuddy said. That's right. My cat is so nutty. Okay, the Stone is best used to anchor our wild side, so no matter how far we roam, we can always find our way back. The Stone tethers us to earth, helping to ground and connect us to stillness, quiet, and peace. When this card appears, it is likely the Stone is a remedy for what ails us. Humble and easily unnoticed, the power of the Stone balances the frenzy of our worlds. So stability, right? Stability helps ground us, anchors us. Yeah, helps ground and anchor us. So it seems to me that it's nature. It's you connecting with the natural world around you that helps to bring you some sense of peace, some sort of sense of balance and stability, security. Let's see here, rats. Now, rats is number 7. Oh, that's a heaven number. That's snake. It says snake. That's not it. Okay, that's not it. It's a 7 of wands. 7 of wands energy. Protecting yourself. See, it's all about somehow protecting yourself. You know, about finding that stability, and the best way to do this is through, the heck? That's snake and snake. That doesn't make sense. I'm gonna find it, guys. I am. Like rats. Here, 23 rats. Okay, cherry twilight, rats, theft, sickness, trouble, bad company, serious loss, and promiscuity. Yeah, this is like the reverse of the rats kind of thing. If you want to look at it that way, it's a darker side of it. Shows up the cherry twilight there's lilac twilight, which is the more positive side of the rat, and there'll be a different picture of a rat on the card. But then the cherry twilight with the cherry colored numbers here, that tells me that, well, that's the number I could have been looking at. Duh. Okay. Theft, sickness, trouble, bad company, serious loss, and promiscuity. All right. Maybe you lost a pet, you know, and you're going through some kind of stage where you're mourning the loss of your pet, and you're in a lot of pain about that. That, you know, the pain of feeling like, you know, I know because I love my pets dearly, right? They're my kids. When one of them gets sick, that really concerns me, because, you know, pets are just so, they're fragile, right? So when they get sick, chances are we're going to be looking at losing them for the most part. That they're going to have to be, you know, either put to sleep or they're going to pass away soon. It's not, you know, it's rare that when your pet is sick, unless it's just like an upper respiratory cold or something like that, or a UTI, urinary tract infection. If it's anything else, really, unless it can be surgically removed, then chances are the pet is going to pass away. And I know when my pet gets sick, I get very, very concerned, because you never know how it's going to go. You might think it's one thing. Like we took our little Chihuahua in the other day, because she was very lethargic, didn't want to eat, and seemed to be in a lot of pain. Was quite bloated, and I thought, well, she's got a blockage somewhere, right? She's eating something outside and she's blocked. But take it to the vet, guess what? They do an x-ray, find out it's not that at all. What it is that her uterus is like in really bad shape, rotting and causing infection, and it's you know, to the point where she could become septic. So we were lucky enough that we could get her to get surgery on her, and they removed her uterus. And so far so good, but that was only like a month or so ago. So it's possible, you know, we're hoping that's not it hadn't had anything to do with cancerous cells, right? So we got our fingers and toes crossed, because a couple of years ago we had done a $500 surgery on our Molly, who was a chocolate lab pit bull mix, mostly chocolate lab, right? And she developed a growth on her shoulder, her right shoulder, and it got really large. We got her in for surgery, and the doctor says it didn't look like there was any kind of attachment to her bones or anything like that, looking like it was cancerous. Yeah, sure. 6 months later, she's sick. She literally has lost her mind. She doesn't know what she's doing. We didn't know what to do for her to be able to bring her some comfort. So it was back to the vet, and they said, you know, the cancer has spread to her brain. So there was cancer there, even though we had surgery done. You don't know, right? So it puts us down. It puts us down and out. Like we feel like life has stabbed us in the back when one of our, like even if, even of course obviously when our child, a real human child, but a pet, a beloved pet goes down for the count, sick, and then passes away, or the prognosis don't look well, and you're just bringing her home, the pet home, to keep it comfortable till it gets to the point where they just can't keep their, their bladder and their, keep all their things moving the way they should be instead of just surprising you one day. So it is like you're down out. And this person here is reaching for that broom, which is like the witch's broom, because it's the witch's deck. Witch's broom, where they want to get the heck out of Dodge. They want to get out of their pain. They want to be out of their pain. And maybe the only way to get out of your pain, pile number one, is to look to the stars to connect more deeply with the pet or other pets that you might have. To connect more deeply and speak to them, ask them what they need from you, what they need from the veterinarian, just connecting with them and the ancestors and angels and spirit guides all around you to help find some healing, some balance, right? To help find some kind of comfort, healing, and balance so that you can get up off the ground, grab your broom, and keep going forward as happily and as positive as possible given the circumstances. But this, this is about a serious loss. It's not. It's something that, look at her. She's looking at that. She's looking at that with disdain, right? Like this is that, and you're thinking to yourself, either you're going through it right now or you're going to be going through it. It's going to feel like it's so painful that it doesn't matter how much paint you put on it, it's not going to get any better. But when you connect deeply go out in nature to find that kind of peace and balance, like connect with nature, the birds, everybody's singing and humming along, really happy out there. Things are good out in nature. Even though you may not be seeing what other creatures, what kind of pain they're suffering from, right? You can see what ones who are not suffering and are just getting on with life. And you can even be talking to them, asking them to help your pet feel better. Okay? Now, if it's not a pet, it's just talking about you connecting with nature, literally, just to help you overcome things that have, basically put you down and out for a while, that have stabbed you in the back. A person, maybe a friend stabbed you in the back, a romantic partner stabbed you in the back, a situation just feels like it stabbed you in the back. That there's a wish been granted by the divine for you, that everything is going to be good. It's a matter of you being able to make sure that you do not fall for the mistake of trying to be something you are not. If you are feeling angry or upset, bring it into your inner being, your soul, your God. Speak to your God and say, I'm so angry that this is happening. And if you need to be angry at people, then you do that too. But in like the most most hospitable way, I don't know. Try to be angry in a way that is not going to cause further division or separation between you and the person that you're being angry with or being angry at. Try to be as balanced in your anger as possible, but don't ignore your anger. Don't push it down. Don't suppress it. And don't let it like suppress it so bad that you start boiling and it just goes like, a boiling pot, right? If you leave it long enough, it's going to boil the lid right off. And then the water's going to be all over the place, right? Or whatever you're boiling. So that is definitely what I'm getting, is if it's not, doesn't have to do with an animal, a pet, it has to do with, and it's for both too, right? It's a animal, it could be an animal who, you're connecting with nature for that reason, to help out with your ailing animal, or the fact that you've lost your animal and you're grieving this right now, or it has to do with you just connecting with nature. Because for pile number 1, you're already in that kind of energy. You may have been in that energy ever since you were born. You've just been someone who's been easily connects to a family pet. Or you go out in nature and maybe you like to watch birds. Maybe you like to study ants. Like as a child, studied ants and their colonies and stuff like that. You just had a fascination with what other beings were doing, other creatures were doing besides human beings. And now I've lost the I can't remember what the stone said. It's about being solid, right? Being solid in your conviction of who you are. Don't try to change for anybody else. Yeah, sorry guys. I just want to get it back out and read it again. 242. Where are you? We're getting there. Okay, stone. Steadfast, loyal, committed, present. Yeah. Present with, the invisible around us, being present with spirit. It says it's an archetypal object. The stone holds psychic and literal weight. And when this card appears, it is likely the stone is remedy for what ails us. Humble and easily unnoticed in power. The power of the stone balances the frenzy of our world. So it's very possible what the divine is saying here is to truly find that connection with nature again. Go out and find a connection with some stones. A stone or more stones. Bring them in. And make an altar around your pet, or just make an altar for yourself with some stones that you felt drawn to, that you just noticed and found a little bit fascinating or interesting. Bring them into your home or outside somewhere. Make some kind of altar, put some candles out, that kind of thing, safely, of course. And create something that's going to help you feel that you're safe and everything's going to be okay, because we have the wish fulfillment card here, the star, right? Everything's going to be fine. That is the important message that Tarot can reveal to you right now, is that the blessing coming your way could be that you're going to return to a balanced state of peace, that all is going to be fine. It may take a little bit of time, especially if you're dealing with a sick pet or deceased pet. It's going to take a little bit of getting your balance back, so that healing can bring peace back into your being. But just don't be something that you are not. So if you're angry or you need to cry, you need to be angry and cry. It's as simple as that to say. Don't be something that you're not for other people. Don't worry if you got to cry again, or say something like, I miss my Rocco. I miss my Rocco. And I can't believe Rocco's not here. Talk to your people around you. Talk to your people about your pet. About how you feel about your pet not being here, about you're worried about your pet, if it's a pet thing. But if it's just you connecting with nature to find that stability because you're going through an ordeal right now, then by all means still express your anger, express your fear, but just do it in a way that it's not going to cause as little harm as possible to no harm at all. Just that you've got to, if people buy those punching bags and use a pillow or those foam things that you hit each other with, that kind of thing. Or you go for a run to dispel your anger. So Archangel Michael, what do we got for pile number 1? in this story. I'm going to put her down here. Move these guys up a little bit. Alright, so we've got the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is about incoming goodness, right? Love and adoration, feeling good, good feelings, love, right? Love, feeling good emotionally, some emotional expression from someone, or it's coming within you. It's coming up. It's coming up roses, that kind of thing. Ace of Cups, there is a offer of a brand new beginning where the self-love that you are experiencing for yourself, because you're taking time to take care of you in a way that you're going to find the stability and the safety in being that which you are instead of that which you aren't for others. Okay, by overcoming your loss of whatever it is that you have been experiencing, whatever ordeal you've been going through, there's a blessing of a wish being granted for you. Okay, so let's keep going. We have Justice. Okay, so Justice is finding that balance, and things are being brought back into balance, which is fairness and being just. So whatever it doesn't feel like it's fair to you, that this happened to your pet, they're only 2 years old, or it's not fair to you that this is happening to you, about what experience you're going through right now, that you need to find that you're the type of person who finds stability in nature, who finds you're connected to earth, wind, and fire. You know, you're just connected to the natural elements of life. You find peace, and you find you know, when you go out there, you're in your happiest moments. You know, you just feel good. It's like, this just feels so good. Look at that beautiful sunrise, or look at that beautiful sunset. Look at the trees. There's so many trees, you know, they're going this way and that way, and all the grass, even the weeds look beautiful at this point, you know. You're just totally connecting with all the dragonflies, the butterflies, the birds, and the bees, yeah. And any other small animal or deer or something like that that's in your area, you love to see them come through. Let's see, we got the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, that's fate and destiny, you know. It's a destiny that's going to propel you forward in a very fortunate way. Okay. We got Strength. That's relying on your strength and courage to go forward, no longer holding back out of not knowing how to deal with something, not knowing how to revive yourself, get back on the broom and fly. Yeah, you are overcoming that. This is the Chariot, yeah, overcoming it and moving forward in a balanced way. With the other decks, it's the horse, the white and black horse. They're in balance. They may be trying to pull you in opposite directions, but ultimately there's only one chariot behind both those horses. So you're going to go where, basically the horses are going to go wherever the chariot is commanding, because one horse can't go that way and the other go that way, because the chariot is going to stop them from being able to separate. You see what you know what I'm saying, right? So we've got the Page of Swords. That's looking back at the past, learning about life's lessons. What's the lesson in this for you, and moving forward with the message of I have learned and I've grown as a result. So the Page, there's the Page, right, of the court cards. The Page, then the Knight, and then the Queen and the King. And the Page is like the child, the one that learns, keeps learning. He's got up onto his feet. He's learning how to walk. And now it's about truth. It's learning. That's the truth, is that they are to learn how to walk. A child is to learn how to walk, because that's all part of the whole evolution process of man. And they go from not just laying around to rolling around on their belly and maybe crawling, and then next thing you know, walking. So you're evolving. Next thing you know, you'll be in the Knight energy, where you're more of a teenager in your early 20s. You are growing and evolving. And I'm not saying this literally, that you are, but your ways to deal with things, the life's lessons that you're dealt, the ways to deal with the mourning or the ailing pet, the mourning of your pet being sick to the point where they're going to pass away, or they do pass away, or you are dealing with a situation, circumstances that you've been dealt with in your life, that you are the type of person who just you learning that to reconnect with nature, to go out in nature, to go for a hike, go for a walk, go for a climb, go for a bicycle ride, whatever it is. That's what really helps to bring you back into equilibrium, to peace, so that when you come home, you feel a lot more kind of refreshed, that you feel that you can deal with this situation better, that you have more mental acuity, more emotional stability to be able to deal with whatever this situation is bringing your way. Okay? That's making you lose faith and lose the belief that it's going to get better for you, because it is going to. This is like your wish is the divine's command, and you've experienced all that life could throw at you, all those knives, right? All that life could throw at you at this point in time, and so the divine says, okay, you deal with it. This is the advice, like the important message. Deal with it in a way that does not, you're not being false to yourself. Forget about anyone else, but it's just like live your truth. Live your truth going forward. You're evolving, moving forward on your feet as a page, as a child who's learned how to walk now. All right, in your evolutionary phases of dealing with situations, the loss of your pet, the very unbearable situation you're dealing with right now that's making you feel like you're losing faith, or that you've lost some money, or you've lost a friend as a result of something that happened between the two of you. You lost a job, maybe you lost a romantic partner, a really important relationship, something that it's to go out in nature, find some stones, find something that you can either sit with or bring home. Sit with and observe, just enjoy the presence, their presence, right? Their natural presence, as quiet and still as a stone is, right? But it's knowing that it still lives. It lives and it's evolving. It's just evolving to such an extent that's imperceivable by the human eye. We can't see it growing. Whereas you might be able to see a young bird, a fledgling, grow, over time, right? And so forth and so on. Then we have the Five of Cups. Look at this. There's the Two of Cups, the little skeleton saying, haha, look what I got for you. And then the Three of Cups is like this thing's barfing out. This is I've never heard of these guys before, but this is the garbage pail kids. Yeah. So apparently before or after my time. So they're barfing out the Three Cups that had made them sick, right? Emotionally sick. That's the ordeal that you're facing that's making you emotionally sick, not well. But the Two of Cups is being promised back there that there's two more for you that is for you, the good for you, like your wish come true. That could be you and your pet reuniting in health. That could be you finding another pet comes to you, and it's kind of like you might be saying, it's a little too soon, I miss my Rocco. I don't really want a pet. Another pet will never really replace my Rocco. I'm too heartbroken about Rocco passing away. But this pet comes to you and it starts rubbing up against you or paying some kind of attention to you. You just look into its eyes and you say, I gotta have this one. This pet is my Rocco after Rocco pet. This pet is one that I have room in my home for now, because my Rocco has made room for this one to come into my life now, and I can go on hikes, and if it's a dog particularly, you might do it with your cat, but you're going to enjoy life now with your Rocco, or with your afterlife Rocco pet, right? So it's like there's a promise that there's going to be love coming back onto your doorstep, back into your life, to bring that sense of wish fulfillment, right? Of feeling happy again, at peace, and secure, stable in your environment again. Moving these up so I can get some room here. So we have the King of Coins. All right, let's see where that one fits in with the Two of Cups. So King of Coins, and then we have the Ten of Coins. Wow! Ten of Pentacles, right? And the Three of Cups. Yeah, we're talking celebration here. So if it's a romantic situation or a friend, get the Nine of Wands in the back, and the Queen of Swords, speaking your truth, and the Nine of Pentacles. With everything's like wish fulfillment at the Nine of Pentacles stage, right? Like the Nine of Cups. You're ready. You're ready to be stable again. You found stability again in your own skin without having to rely on anyone or anything. So the lesson that I think that you might be learning from this is that your pet Rocco, that's just the example, right? Your pet Rocco has, passed away, opened up a door, a space in your home for another pet to come in, and it's the animal nature's way of saying, I'm leaving this world, I'm not leaving you. And I will come by through the spirit of the butterfly, come by through the spirit of the cardinal bird, come by through the spirit of the dragon or the stone, that you're going to know whenever you see a special stone, something that grabs your attention, or the cardinal bird or whatever, that's me here with you, and I will always be here with that new pet of yours if you choose to get one. So you and the new pet will be sharing the spirit of Rocco together. That's the Two of Cups thing, right? That's if this is a pet thing. All right, but the lesson here is that Rocco is trying to speak to you. The messages for the rabbit, service to the animal world, is like you're somebody who loves nature, loves animals, loves going outside, spending time in nature, canoeing, fishing, whatever it is you like to do. Hunting, I hate that, but a lot of people like it. So the thing is don't feel like you've lost something, feel like you've gained it, because your Rocco is always going to be with you. In spirit, may not be there physically, and I know this is hard to say, hard to accept when it's happening, especially because I've been there too many times, it seems, with all my pets. Every single one of them is dear to me, but it is very interesting, though, pile number one, that all the times that I've lost a pet, it seems to me I'm feeling, because I'm more emotionally stable just through my spiritual growth, my own development, being in touch, having that intimate relationship with my inner self, right? Allowing my inner child to grow and heal. I am actually, when a pet passes away, it's not breaking me down as bad as the pet before, or the pet before that, and the pet before that. It seems like I'm feeling less gut-wrenching pain that lasts for days and days. I remember one of the first times I lost a pet. I cried for days and weeks. I had to go to work. I was just a wreck at work. It was that gut-wrenching for me, and I don't experience that anymore. Not at all. But I do. It does still take me back. But the thing is that generally my pets have passed away because we have to put them asleep for a reason, and so I find peace in knowing that my pet is not going to be suffering any longer, and that gives me the foundation to grow, to move on, like the Chariot energy. It gives me the strength and the courage, the foundation. It was strength and courage to move on, to keep moving forward. So that's what we got here, guys, is that somebody has brought a lot of love into your life, or a lot of, good feeling into your life. A friend, a pet, a romantic partner, someone has declared their love to you in some form, right, in some way. Maybe you loved your work and you lost your job. But through the act of looking at it from a new beginning for you, after the loss, it's a new beginning. You're seeing how everything balances out. Everything is justified. As they say, everything happens for a reason, right? So everything balances out with the justice energy. And when you come to learn that, one important message can the tarot reveal to you is that you're okay. You're okay. Things are going to turn around for you. You're going to be able to pick yourself back up again. You are going to be able to, like your pet or your whatever situation you're dealing with, they're making room for you to learn a lesson so that you can think differently about your friend, your job, your romantic partner, okay? And do whatever is necessary in terms of how you're thinking about it. But with your pet, they're leaving the door open for you to make a new connection with another pet that wants to love you just as badly as Rocco did. So it is about, the fate and the destiny of thing. Everything happens for a reason. Destiny, right? With the justice, finding your ability to love yourself, love the situation, and have heart to be able to open up to a new beginning, even though it hurts. You have heart and say, well, you know what, even if I can't find it within me, like muster up the energy to see this as a new beginning, I know that it's gonna be. It's a new beginning whether I like it or not. It's a new beginning. It's happening whether I like it or not. Life goes on. And I would say, unfortunately, no, not unfortunately, thank God for that, because you will find peace again. And this is strength and courage we talked about with you moving forward through that balanced energy of knowing that life must go on. It hurts, knowing you got to go on without Rocco, or without Jill, your best friend, or without Steve, your romantic partner, or Angela, your romantic partner. Yeah, it hurts, but you're looking back at what you've learned from this, and you are evolving as a result of the lessons learned with the Page of Swords energy. 5 of Cups is that the promise is that you do that, and there's always more. 2 of Cups right here coming to you that you don't see, that it's going to bring you a lot more feeling good, feeling positive, being happy, feeling balanced, feeling safe. Safe again, knowing that you don't have to be what you're not for anybody. Like I when I went to work, you have to kind of, for clients, you have to put on the false face that you're not in pain for their well-being. But when you're alone or at home, you can do whatever and be whatever you need to be for your sake, not for someone else's sake. Like at work, it just has to be that way. If you can't do it, you should stay home or take some time off. But there's a King of Coins. Now, this King of Coins could be a new Rocco, not a Rocco, but another pet coming in for you. The King of Coins, another pet that's coming to you that wants to commit, like a dog, right? A dog committing to you, or a cat. Cats don't really commit, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, if it's not, it's another person, another friend, another job, because King of Pentacles, it could be a boss or a place that you're going to work, that you're going to meet this boss and you're going to like them. They're going to like you. And if it's, a new romantic partner, okay, so either whatever. It's a 2 of Cups thing. The 2 of you are going to be partnering up. That's you and your dog or cat. You and a new friend, or you and Jill, the friend that you thought you're losing, but it turns around for you. Wish fulfilled, you don't want to lose Jill, so wish fulfilled is that Jill and you, figure things out. and become besties again. Again, it could be you and your romantic partner figuring things out and coming back around, but if it's not, it's a new person for you. New job, or the place you're working at. It could, again, if it's not a new job, it's a place where you're going to find a new, a place where you are working, that something's going to be sorted out. Maybe there's been a complaint about you. And you're going to have your say, that you're going to be heard. You're going to have your chance to speak your truth, right? We got the Queen of Swords here after the Nine of Wands. But then we have Ten of Pentacles. That's total commitment, prosperity, and abundance, of course. A legacy, excessive. So someone's totally committing to you. Could be Jill. It could be, again, that's just my fictional name for this example. Could be Jill. Could be, let's say it's for your new cat. Let's say it's Kitty. Okay, Kitty. Kitty and you. Okay, Kitty and you committing to each other, or if it's Bruno, a dog, you and Bruno committing to each other, and or you and Steve, or you and Angela, if you were, your partner that you've been having trouble with, and you're coming back around, or this is a new person like David or Stephanie. Okay, David or Stephanie is in the energy of the King of Pentacles, but it's going to be like happy time, celebration, Three of Cups. Three of Cups, long-term commitment, long time you get to hang out with Bruno or Kitty, okay? That's a promise. And then we have the Nine of Wands, because it's been a very trying time for you as a soldier of, trying to live life as best as you can, even though life has knocked you down a few times. But you're always, you're always persevering, even though you're dealing with some mental and emotional ill health, upset and maybe chaos, and maybe, just feeling like a little bit beat up, mentally, emotionally beat up because of the situation. And the Queen of Swords, that's that now you are speaking your truth about it, saying to Bruno in your mind, not Bruno, Rocco in your mind, or on the deathbed kind of thing, as you're putting your beloved pet to sleep, if you have to, saying, I love you so much, but I know you're going to be with me because I'm a nature person. I will see you in the butterfly. I will see you in the cardinal. I will see you in my new pet, Bruno or Kitty. I promise. As I open the door for more love to come into my life in the form of a pet, as a wild, or as a creature. Yeah, I'm speaking my truth. It's all, because I'm speaking my truth, the Nine of Coins is finding stability. I am not going to be being false in any way, shape, or form just for the benefit of others. I'm speaking my truth. I'm standing on rocks. I'm standing on stability. I'm standing on the foundation that is not going to crumble underneath me, because I've opened up to the reality that I love myself by loving nature. I love myself by allowing, by reconnecting with nature, being in service to animals, by going out there and doing whatever I can to, how they say when you go out in nature, you go out to the forest, leave it as you found it. That's kind of your motto, right? Leave it as I found it. And that's your Nine of Coins. You become more emotionally invested in your well-being, in your mental well-being, and you are standing in the energy of stability, the Nine of Pentacles. You already got the Ten of Pentacles. So you already got this. Is this you now saying, I'm good. I'm good on my own. I'm good. Like the message is that you are never alone. Even though you might feel like you are alone, the tarot is revealing to you that you are never alone. And the blessing that's coming to you is that you are going to be in love again with your friend, your job, your romantic partner, a new one or old one, new or old friend, and a pet. Okay, you're going to find that balance. You've got, the wish is granted already, that you're going to be up and at 'em and feeling good again, flying, on your broom, right? Like a witch does. Flying in the air. Enjoying how it feels like to have all that wind pass through your hair as you're flying on your broom. Happy is the word. Happy, content, feeling stable and secure, and finding love again in whatever form it shows up in your life again. Okay, guys, that was very involved, but I hope that this was helpful to you, and God bless you. Bye for now. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen card number 13 with Add Up to 4, which is about foundation. All must have prizes, trying to please everyone. Wow, okay. So we're looking at the question about what important message can the tarot reveal to you right now about a blessing coming your way. Very interesting. So if you didn't choose with your intuition, you chose with the number 1, 2, 21, 13, whatever, or 3, I should say. If it wasn't that, then we used, you picked with your zodiac sign, and we have Capricorn and Sagittarius with Leo and Scorpio. All right. Okay, guys, so this is the deck. I'm going to read that one for you. All must have prizes before I go on to the rest of the oracle decks. Let's see. It says here, well, it seems like a lovely message. How wonderful for everyone to have won and to have prizes. There is a hidden shadow to this card. For there is no winning if all have won, and there is no prize if all have acquired the same thing. In other words, there does not seem to have been a test of excellence here at all, merely an exercise which seems to have tested people. But at the end of the day, they will all get the same reward. This card can come to those who are tasked with evaluating the work of others and are trying to choose who has done well. It can come to parents, to teachings, or to teachers and judges. Excuse me. This card can also come to those who wish to please everyone and do not wish to fall out of favor. Thus, they will proclaim that everyone has done very well and offer prizes to each and all to avoid the discomfort of true assessment. And I think about right away, I thought about how we want to come across as being friendly with everyone because you don't want anyone to be mad at you or mad at us, right? We don't want people to be mad at us because we're afraid that we're going to be seen in the wrong light, and that consequences will come as a result of someone not seeing you in good light. For example, they might talk about you behind your back. You find out about it. They may be turning some of your friends away from you because people are making up stories about you or saying mean things, and your friends are saying, well, I don't want to be friends with her or him anymore because they're blah, blah, blah. They believe in the lies or whatever it is, and then you're like finding out that you have less friends. You know, your friends, you're finding out who your real friends are, right? Who your real friends are. And that's making you feel sad because your friends, if they were true friends to you, they would not believe the lies. They would actually come to you and ask you about it, right? And so the other consequence could be that you're just, it just makes you feel bad, like simply as a result of knowing that other people are the consequence of somebody being mad at you, or that seeing you as failing them in some way, that they're going to turn your world upside down because emotionally you're going to feel really bad about yourself, doubt yourself, and chastise yourself, blame yourself, and beat yourself up, right? And who wants to do that? So that's kind of what I got from that. It is hard to have to decide to make a choice and to know to whom victory belongs. It is challenging to be discerning. We often prefer to be like the dodo, trying to make sure everyone is happy. Yeah. And there's mothers, parents are like that, right? Trying to make everybody happy. It's got to be fair for everybody. Fair. And so if one gets it, they all get it. My mom's like that. She only had 2 kids, 2 girls, which made it easier, and we were very close in age. So whatever my sister got, I got too. Nobody got anything better or different. And that kept the peace, right? But at the same time, my sister and I are going like, we don't feel like we're that special in any way to our mom, because she never gives you that feeling that you're more, you know, not that she should be, but you know, when you're a kid, you're egocentric, right? The world has to revolve around you and your parents. You want to know your parents like you better than your siblings. So yeah, that's kind of what it's like, is that if they're going to treat somebody in one particular way, they're going to do it for everybody, and that you might be that kind of pleasing others, like trying to please everyone in that kind of energy. So we often prefer to be like the dodo, trying to make sure everyone is happy. When this card comes, consider the choices you have before you. Is it best to reward everyone in the same way, even if some have offered more than others? Is it better to reward those who have excelled either through effort or talent? Would you prefer just to give prizes to all and keep everyone happy? These are your choices at present. It is up to you to decide which way is best. Okay, so do you want to reward those who have excelled and not others, or do you just want to go ahead and reward everybody, or to keep everybody happy? Or let's see, is it best to reward everyone in the same way, even if some have offered more than others? So yeah, reward everybody the same way, no matter how much others might have contributed. Or you know, reward only those who have offered more. You know, that's kind of like your task. Maybe your lesson in life at this particular point in time could be. So let's find out more from Tarot and the Oracle here. Let's get a major arcana. The Moon. Okay, things are not that clear. Fears. Fears is a card, is an energy. Great fears, because it's major arcana, right? So it's a great fear of karma. Number 20, which is the Judgment card, right? Great fear of being judged. Wow, that is like point on, Archangel Michael. Wow, that's amazing. I don't know why I'm amazed, but it's just nice to know Archangel Michael is really here. Really here and helping me out with the cards for the message that he's trying to bring through for everyone in these piles. Okay. We got the lilac, whatever it's called, the fork. So this is a positive expression of the fork. There's another fork card, and it's more of the negative. It would be the cherry twilight. That's what it's called, cherry twilight. And I will read that in a moment for you. Okay. And then we have the citadel archetype. Citadel. See, the citadel archetype. What do we got here? The captain, taking command and teamwork. Wow, that seems to be fitting in too. Holy cow. Yeah, all right, and I'll read that too. And there's a lot of reading to be done in this pile, okay? So just bear with me, because I'm using interesting decks. What have we got here? The liminal forest. Liminal forest. We have heart. Wow. I don't really think I have to read the card about heart, but I might just peek at it anyways, just because I got the book. I can do that if I want. Let's start with that one. Heart. Is it alphabetical? Never had to read one yet. Heart, 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 heart. Where are you? It's alphabetical. Yay, 49. Ooh, look at the little bookmarker I have. I've seen that before. That's really cute. 49. Okay, heart. The magic cottage is a curious mixture of inhabitants, some permanent, others fleeting, such as visitors and creatures seeking a warm nook for a few days before venturing back out into Witchetdale. Some are even otherworldly sprites and spirits happily coexisting amongst the mayhem seen by some, invisible to others. Occasionally, I've heard the sudden intake of breath as a visitor spots a tree spirit gently dozing in an armchair, like this guy here, right? Then have to spend a while reassessing them that, if anything, the cottage is in many ways more the spirit's home than mine. In most cases, my twizzled visitors will relax. On rare occasions, some will bolt straight back out of the front door. whilst others don't appear to even notice any sprites or spirits in the first place. And yet, for me, they are perhaps the beating heart of the cottage, a living resonance with the past, a vital reminder that my time as custodian of this most magical place is also limited, yet joined in a fantastical, unbroken chain of all who have lived here before. Together the hearts of past, present, and future beat as one, interweaving and lining on the same universal plane. A house only truly becomes a home if it has life within its walls, of course. Let's see here. Let's see what we got here. Hope in the future. Cordelia and her crumlush friends are the finest of companions, grounding me in the now, filling me with the wisdom of the past and hope for the future. The heart of my home, whose heartbeats are eternal. At which point Cordelia opened one eye. That's the turtle down there, I do believe. Maybe the turtle. It's a one eye. One eye and looked at my visitor. All homes have a heart, she said quietly. Bring life and magic into your home, and it will beat fantasticulously within you, too. Remember, we are but custodians of the now moment. Respect the beating heart of life to embrace those that have been, those that are, and those that are yet to come. So past, present, and future. Just respect all, right? The spirit of all, whether we can see them or not. All right, must have prizes. So what's gone, what's past, what's present, like in the now, and what's future, it's about honoring all, but being present in the now. Whereas you're looking at something in a way from a perspective that if you did not have a past, you wouldn't be worried about how people are thinking about you now. And therefore bringing about a consequence or a result of how you're concerned about people, how people will behave if you don't make it fair and balanced for all, right? Even though some of them don't deserve it as much as the others. So that's what I'm getting from this card, is that yes, there's a past, present, and future. Honor it all. Because, we obviously have a past. But if we don't have a past, if we never had a past, we'd never be concerned about anything, let alone this. Okay? All right, so let's find out from the Fork card here. Number 22. Number 22. Yeah, Fork. So we're in the lilac twilight of this card, the Fork. Choices between equal situations. Get out of here. Difficulty, a non-obvious solution, and love triangle. Oh my God. Archangel Michael, you're just far too cool. You really are. So fork in the road. Choices between equal situations. Oh my God. I'm flabbergasted, guys. That is just so cool that these cards are just on point with each other. Let's see, the Captain. Where's the Captain, this guy? Here, where's the Captain? Can't read the small print. The Captain. The crowd. The troop. The academy. The court. Let's say the person. Where is it? No, that's not it. So guys, please just bear with me here. Captain. Captain, page 64. Thank you. 64. Okay. 64. All right, here we are. Taking command and teamwork. Yeah. All right, the Captain. A friendly call, a grin, a warm handshake. The Captain passes in the street with their men and playful josting of armored guardsmen reminiscent of a tussling pack of littermates. Okay. In the center of it all, the Captain commands their followers with ease, confident in their position, well aware this is your This is your advice, basically. The message: confident in their position, well aware of the loyalty and love they inspire. They have earned this position through hard work and camaraderie. So they have earned it. So it's about learning to not worry about, because if there was no past, like I said before, if there's no past, then you wouldn't have this concern about what you've been through before, because you didn't, you weren't friendly with everybody. Just using that example, that someone you weren't friendly with, they made hell on planet Earth for you, and that was your experience. That you are bringing that fear now of being judged, karma, right? Fear that if you don't move forward in your future, right now and going forward, if you don't right now try to please everyone, you don't try to please everyone, then that experience is going to, an experience like that might come back and bite you in the butt again, make hell on earth for you again in life, in your family situation, friends, at work, whatever it is. You're afraid that what you've experienced in the past, right now you're thinking, maybe I just need to keep making everybody happy. Keep making it just to keep things calm and normalized as possible. Because if I don't, somewhere down the line, in the future, even if it's the next moment, that's your future. Even if it's the next moment, someone's going to retaliate and make your life miserable. Okay? So, again, if you didn't have a past, you wouldn't have that concern right now at all about anything, of course. So this is your advice then. It says, confident in, this is the captain, this is who you are being asked by the divine in this blessing to show up as. Confident in their position, well aware of their loyalty and love they inspire. They have earned this position through hard work and camaraderie, and that's why they're the captain and not, the armored guardsmen, the people that are subservient to them. It may feel safer to attempt a task alone, which is trying to make everybody happy. That's your strategy. That's something that you alone will do. That's what you're thinking. You could be thinking. Safer to attempt a task alone, but some things are easier with a little teamwork. Don't ignore the talents of those around you. You need the experience and diversity of others to accomplish your goal. Be the driving force. This is it. This is what you're being asked. Be the driving force that needs to get things done, but make sure to acknowledge the value that each person brings to the table. So by all means, if you're being asked not to be so, making everybody pleased, everybody happy, which may ultimately makes you unhappy. Okay, let's speak the truth here. Ultimately, that makes you unhappy. But if you're so busy doing that, then of course you can't really make a connection with anyone, because everybody's going to see you be this way with that one, the same way with the other one, and they just don't know if they can trust you. Okay? But if you are allowing yourself to say, I'm the captain here, it's my time to be discerning, and I'm going to acknowledge everybody's part. So let's say at work, you're a team leader, right? You're in a managerial position where you have a team of people working under you. Each one of them has a specific skill set, that was hard to say, specific skill set and talent that they come to the table with. And some will be able to contribute more to a particular project that you're all working on because of whatever skill sets they have, and some won't. So, but you're not going to leave them out. You're going to say, even though Jack and Diane, you have a team of 4, let's say. Jack and Diane were able to contribute so much more to this project than Jack and Jill. No, that's not a very good one either. Well, this says Jack 1, Jack 2. No, so Bob and Jill. Okay, Bob and Jill weren't able to contribute as much, though they did. They still had their fingers in the pot. You would, at the end of the project, say, I would like to thank all of you, my team, for showing up and doing what you're you're able to do, showing up what you were able to contribute. Everybody is very much appreciated. However, I have to give more praise to Jack and Jill because they had more involvement in the project because of what their skill set could do in this particular project. But by all means, many thanks to Bob and whoever it was. I said Bob and Jill, Jack and Jill, Jill, Jack and Jill, Jack and Diane, Jack and Bob and Jill. Okay, Bob and Jill. Many thanks to Bob and Jill because, you know, you're my team. I love you anyways. You're part of the whole team. We're you know, we all win. We all win, in other words. We're all winners. We've done a project well. It'll be the next project, perhaps, where Bob and Jill will need to provide more skills, or just Bob. Out of all four of you, will be more hands-on in the project than Jill and Jack and Diane are. You know, it's like that. You're going to give thanks to everybody, but you're going to bring further honor to whoever it is that really deserves to have a pat on the back. Like a couple more pats, and the other guy only gets one pat. You see what I'm saying? So they get a couple more pats on the back than the other ones that didn't contribute as much, but still were part of the team. Okay, could be in family, same thing. Your family. It's your family, you know. You got 5 kids, and 3 of them, you know, you had a project of going out and planting a garden, and all 5 of them had to contribute. And so that's what you did. 3 of them were up at the crack of dawn, and they were planting seeds like crazy. They planted like three lines each in the garden. The other 2 got up a half an hour or an hour later, and they only contributed to really 1 line. But they still got up and they still contributed. So what are you going to do with your kids, right? You're going to say, let's call the 3 Stooges. This is called the 3 Stooges. It's easy. The 3 Stooges were up earlier than y'all, and for that reason, we're going to pay you each $10. So each one of them gets 10. Well, the other 2, they got up, even though they didn't get up as early and they didn't contribute as much, they're going to get $3 each. You know, just award them in some way, but not to the extent, or not award them at all, and really just say, at this point in time, you weren't able to contribute, so it's only fair that these ones are awarded at this time. Next time, maybe, guys, okay? Next time. Let's see, Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry were the 2 that got up later, and they only contributed to 1 line of planting seeds. So the next time a project comes along, maybe there's fence painting to be done, they get up earlier. Tom and Jerry get up earlier, and they've painted like half the fence already before the 3 Stooges were able to. Okay. So you're going to take Tom and Jerry out for ice cream, yeah, and pay them $10 each. And the other 3, they don't get ice cream. You're going to just take Tom and Jerry out. They have to stay home, but you pay them, you know, $5 each or something, right? Okay, or you don't pay them all. Depends on what. So Archangel Michael, this is really cool reading for pile number 2. Loving it so far. It's all come together very, very nicely. Let's find out what you have to say further. Let's see, can we get these cards out of the way? Let's see, does that work? Maybe. We shall find out. Okay, we have got page of, hang on, I guess that's the first one, because it's the first one I looked at. The Page of Potions, which is, I have no idea. Hang on, I gotta get my book out. And then we have the Knight of Candles. I believe it's Wands. Potions. I got my book. Let's see, what this is Hocus Pocus. I have to look for my Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus. Now, potions are cups. I kind of thought that, but I wanted to be sure. Page of Cups. So, some kind of offering of, love. A new beginning, a new page of some kind of emotional emotional reward. Knight of Candles, Knight of Wands. Taking charge, taking control. So, something was on offer. that what had to do with emotional well-being, right? Feeling good. That things had to be taken charge of, done. Things had to be done. Somebody had to be a leader. Okay? And then we have the Hermit. But then you're going into that energy of, do I award everybody? Do I make everyone happy? And the heck with my feelings about things? The Five of Candles, Five of Wands is, that conflict, that inner conflict. Do I or don't I? You go, it's kind of like the dark night of the soul. I'm being asked to change. Then being asked to become a leader, a captain, right? In my life, instead of somebody who tries to make everybody happy. Let's just put it this way. If you were in a real life situation where you're being considered for promotion, okay, whether it's becoming a supervisor or a CEO or who knows what, supervisor, manager, or the captain of your military or the police, okay, something that you're being promoted, you are on consideration for promotion, let's just say, okay, because you're not promoted, let's say you're not promoted yet, but you have this uncanny sense of not being able to really step into your big person shoes, right? Big King of Wands shoes, big Emperor shoes, taking charge, taking control, calling out those, and reprimanding them if they need to be, calling out those that haven't been contributing and could have been or should have been, and reprimanding them or writing them up or bringing them to the higher ups, for to have their situation, their behavior be reviewed and considered. Same like if you got to do every 3 months or annual review on their work. You might be the type of supervisor who doesn't want to say anything wrong to your people that work directly under you. You don't want to say anything. You want to just commend them for the work that they've done, and that you're not even going to say, well, you're kind of shy on this area, this skill, or I've noticed that you've been avoiding, or you haven't been writing your reports, or writing your reports to the level you're expected to write your reports. You've just been kind of putting a word here, putting a word there, and calling it done. And that's not that's not the policy of this company. Calling them out and saying, for that reason, I'm only giving you a 3 out of 5 for this annual report for, to be considered for a raise, right? Or a promotion. So, you have been seen as somebody who has been not stepping into your big person shoes that way, your leader shoes, take charge, take control, that you've been so trying to be either really, really liked by others or by everyone, or making sure that the people underneath you don't get mad at you, and then you might have the consequence of them trying to make life difficult for you at work, or concoct some story to your higher ups and you get in trouble because you didn't give them a good report, a good whatever you call it, evaluation, right? So you're trying to avoid negative consequences as a result of you calling out those who are not even just calling them out, but just definitely praising the ones who deserve it. The other ones get less praise or none at all. You haven't been able to discern that kind of analysis or just your response to something. You just go ahead and you might be someone who just blankets it all, the whole situation with, you're okay with it, I'm happy with it. If you're happy, I'm happy. That's just where it lies, right? Let's say. So you are being asked to look at a situation with, to look at your situation with that you love yourself. There's a new page for you, a new chance for you to step into your captain shoes, okay, leadership role, in whatever area of life you're talking about. Could be your finances, could be definitely your finances, work, friends, relationships, right? Or your health. So with your health, you might be the type of person that doesn't ever complain about your pain. You don't want to make people feel uncomfortable in your family if you complain about your pain, because they're going to get all concerned and they're going to be telling you need to go see the doctor and this, that, and the other thing. Or they're going to say you're not taking good care and taking care of yourself good enough. Or so you tell them, I'm fine, I'm not in pain, and then you turn around and you go like that, but they don't see it. Or finances, it's like, I'm okay with, I'm okay with what I earn. I'm okay with how my money's being made. I'm okay. I'm okay with the fact that everybody in my family gets an inheritance and I don't. I'm okay with that. It can be anything like to do with money. You might be saying, I'm okay with that nominal earning of an investment that you're in. I'm okay, at least I'm earning. I'm not going to take any risks, put my money at risk. So, therefore, I'm just going to leave it in this total 100% growth, or I don't know what kind of investment. But you have the ability to be able to check out other investment funds, whatever you call them, but you don't, because you're like, what, I just feel safe, I just feel good right here, right now with my little growth fund. I'm not going to risk anything. But it turns out you have other people in your family or friends that are in the same investment portfolio company, whatever, and they take a little bit out of their growth and they put it into a slightly higher investment account, and they're making money. They're making a lot more money than what you're making just sitting in the solely growth fund, income fund, I guess it's probably called income fund. So it's about you taking a risk, and this is all about you taking a risk, okay? The important message is to take a risk and try being more discerning about your situation and how you feel about it. That you're worthy. You're worth feeling like you've got some kind of status, some kind of respect, and you got some kind of discernment abilities, where you're going to be able to make sure that you're not going to be looked at as somebody who just is a people pleaser, like the parent, right? Wants to make everybody in the family the same and pleased, because they don't want their kids saying, you treat so and so better than you treat me, that kind of stuff. So you have to say, well, no, I don't. And they'll say, yes, you do. You did this, that, the other thing. Well, that was because blah, blah, blah. And so it's kind of like they've got a point. But you don't want them to have that point. So you just it's just a blanket across all kids. Even your daughter, or not your daughter, your wife or your husband. Even your wife or husband treats the same. Okay, anyways, here we go. 5 of Candles. 5, that's that inner conflict, because you're like, shouldn't I step into my big captain shoes? Leadership role with the Knight of Wands. Not the Knight. Yes, it's the Knight of Wands. Well, the Knight of Wands, okay, this is not the King of Wands. So I saw that as the King of Wands. Knight of Wands is just being impulsive, right? Spontaneous, maybe impulsive, irresponsible. You're being asked to start a new page where it's about loving yourself. It's about caring about the way you feel. Now, caring about that, it's not so much about caring about how others feel, it's about caring about how you feel. And so it's you finding the ability to turn this around, so that instead of being irresponsible to, it's, if you're in the captain's shoes and you are treating everybody as though they're captains too, okay, then who is really in charge? Is that being responsible? for your squad, your team, your troop, whatever. Is that being responsible? No, it's not. It's being irresponsible because you're not doing your kids any favors by, treating them all exactly the same, even though some of them don't deserve it, or one of them doesn't deserve it. You're not teaching them something. You're not teaching the meaning of what it means to work hard, to commit to something, stuff like that. Because they all get the same, irregardless. Jill works harder than Bob. So anyways, that's the thing, is that you have to look at, are you being responsible or irresponsible with the Knight of Wands? Are you taking charge and taking control, or are you being irresponsible and letting things just be the way they are because it's easier for you, and it doesn't matter how you feel anyways, right? Page of Lightning. Page of Lightning is the Page of Swords. So looking back at the past and learning a very valuable lesson with the Six of Candles. The Six of Candles is the Six of Wands. So that's like victory and success, right? And then we have the Seven of Lightning, which is Seven of Swords. And that's being like strategic, possibly in a good way, but let's see, the Suspension, which is 12, that is the hangman, right? The hangman, having to see things from a different perspective. Then we have Temperance, which is finding stability in balance and peace and healing. Page of Pumpkins is the Page of Pentacles. So there's 3 pages right here. Holy moly. And then we have the Five of Lightning, Five of Swords. Is that it? Lightning, Five of Swords. Holy crow. Right underneath the Seven of Swords. The Three of Lightning, that's heartbreak. 3 of Swords. Back of the deck, we have the Eight of Potions. The 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups, walking away from all that energy, the Strength card, and the 9 of Cups. Finally, wish fulfillment. This is a wish. Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment. And then the Chariot, which is moving forward, progressing at a good speed, moving forward, and a lot of passionate energy going back and forth between you and someone, or you and your situation. We don't need that card. Okay, so that's what we got, guys. We got Page of Lightning, Page of Swords. That's you having learned something because you have been through, like, let's say the dark night of the soul, but it might not be to that degree for you, okay? But the inner conflict, or conflict with someone else, conflict with the situation, circumstances, conflict with the person, conflict with yourself about it. But you have found your truth, and you're going forward to the new page of having found your truth, that it's important that if I want to receive life's blessings, that's Chariot, sorry. 9 of Cups, if I want to receive the blessings that I so well deserve, because I'm not receiving them by, because I'm trying to people please. So therefore, who's pleasing me, right? Who's pleasing me if I'm busy pleasing everybody else, making everybody else happy, not feeling like they've been let down or left out or whatever. Yes. So you got your truth now that you know that this is the message, that you need to move forward in your big person shoes. It's time for you to let go of your fears and make the final decision, knowing that the only one that's really judging you, the only one that matters is you. That's the only one. You're afraid of other people judging you, but you're also afraid of how you feel about yourself. That's you judging you. I'm going to feel bad. Right? But I have got good things to look forward to. It's about making sure that I honor myself in all that I honor. That it's not about, let's say at Christmas, everybody gets a Christmas present or 10, and you got nothing. because you have no money left to buy yourself even a Christmas present, or to give it to your kid to buy you a Christmas present. You have nothing left. So your kids all got like 10 presents each. Okay? So now the tradition is it's not just for the kids, it's for everyone in the family. But at this point, it's just for the kids. The tradition is just all about the kids, because you leave yourself out of it on purpose, or maybe not. Okay, so the Six of Candles is all about, you moving forward with your truth, taking care of you, realizing what it is that you've got to do. It's a new era for you, a new page in your life to find victory and success in getting that recognition by others that you're a really cool, you're a real cool cat. You're a real cool cat. Yeah, I respect you. I see that, I didn't pull my weight. And therefore that's why you're awarding all these, giving kudos to this other guy or whatever. I respect that. I respect that more than you just rolling out the red carpet for me when I really didn't deserve it. Because ultimately they're not happy either, because they know in the mind that they didn't do what the other person did that got the red carpet as well. Seven of Lightning, that is like you making sure that you are avoiding, because there's that altruistic energy of a Seven of Swords, is that the guy is trying to steal all the swords so that the warring factions can't actually fight, because then there will be no bloodshed, no war that tears the country apart and all this sort of stuff. It's kind of like trying to avoid further mayhem and devastation by stealing the swords, so they can't fight. So that could be the altruistic thing that you're needing to look at. That is that you are trying to avoid mayhem and distraction, right? As we've talked about, as to why you would be trying to please everyone. Okay, and this is something that you had to. Your life became like a standstill for you. You weren't really progressing forward. You weren't really moving forward. Now you got the Chariot card here, right? You weren't really progressing in your life, because first of all, you're not making you a priority. You're not making yourself happy. When you're not happy, happy things don't come to you. Because you somehow happy things are hidden from you because you're not happy. Ultimately, you're not happy because you are making things better for everybody, but not for you ultimately. And so you need to see life, that's what's been going on with you, from an upside down, which is the right way of looking at life, upside down, to see a new perspective, to get a new perspective of what is really going on in your life, how happy and how much in love with yourself, so you don't have to have a new start in loving yourself and enjoying, emotionally feeling fulfilled with the new page, the new chapter, whatever's coming to you with the Page of Cups. You don't have to have a new start if you're already doing that, but you do have to have a new start because you haven't been doing that. And so you have to see that when you're upside down, there's that halo of light which the divine is enlightening you. It's giving you the thoughts that, hey, maybe I'm seeing things not quite as they should be seen. That is going to bring some peace of mind to you, balance in your life, the emotional and mental balance, where you're going to be feeling, I've got this. I really have got this. I understand. I haven't been in my big captain shoes. Page of Pumpkins, Page of Pentacles is like making the offer. Making an offer that is like, it's about, I'm going to do whatever it takes in order to win. Because I got to do whatever it takes to win, which means the offer is going to be, when you've got to make an analysis, right? An evaluation of a situation where you're going to say, I'm taking back the way I always please everyone, the way I always please all of you. I'm taking that back. Taking that back. I'm making me number one. I'm making the offer of being my own best friend, because I'm going to be happy an offer of friendship to myself, an offer to the others of saying I'm still your friend. However, I'm still your sister, your brother, your mother, your father, whatever. I'm still your mother, father, whatever. I still love you, but come on, you guys, you 5. No, we'll just say 4 because you got one of them, but you're taking them all. You 4 didn't hold your weight, so therefore, you're going to have to experience a little bit of heartbreak because I'm not going to be pleasing you too. It's about having the right energy of leading my mind and my life in a way that says, I matter too. I matter too, so however I evaluate you matters. Okay? So you're not going to be looked at with rose-colored glasses anymore, because I'm not going to be afraid any longer of standing in my big captain shoes. I am going to evaluate everything and everyone with taking those glasses off, seeing it clearly, more clearly. With the moon, no more fears. No more fears about being judged by others. Brings out clarity. The sun can come out, right? The stars can come out. More clarity for you. You can see your way more clear moving forward. The 8 of Potions, which is the 8 of Cups, that's leaving behind the old ways that you were, managing things, yourself, your life. The strength and courage to do so. Showing up for yourself, no longer holding back just because you want to make everyone else happy. Because somehow you've told yourself that as long as everyone else is happy, I can be happy. No. That can maybe work for a while, but ultimately on your deathbed, and let's say it's long before then, but on your deathbed you're going to say, holy crap, why did I do it that way? 9 of Potions, there's your wishes coming true, wish fulfillment, and you progressing in life because now you're in your big captain shoes and you matter. You are important, and that's the important message of you progressing forward in life in a way that's fair and just, and it's like you're going to be happier. You're going to be happier. You're going to find that people respect you. Okay, sorry guys, my battery went on in the camera. So I'm just saying that you are stepping into your big people's shoe, and that's going to see you moving forward. I can't remember where I left off before I changed the battery. But in any case, this is basically what we've got. We've got what important message can the tarot reveal to you right now? That you matter, that your happiness matters, okay? About a blessing coming your way, which is whatever blessing that is wish fulfillment time for you, feeling good and very emotionally fulfilled, progressing in your life towards whatever it was that you have been holding yourself back from because you haven't been making yourself important enough. You haven't been doing things that make you happy. You've been putting other people first. And that could be as simple as you and, you being a mother and your kids, putting your kids first all the time, and you are, you pay for, they all have the Adidas, whatever, Nike, and all the nicest, newest clothes and coats and shoes and hats and backpack, and you don't even have a brand new dress to wear out to a special event if you got asked. Just something like that. Okay, so I hope that this was helpful to you guys, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, which you probably haven't, but you never know. But anyways, if you do, I would really appreciate that, and take care of yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching Pile 2. Bye for now.